Hello everyone and welcome to my channel once again. So today we are gonna have a look at how my Whirlwind Bleed Barbarian works, what are the synergies, what makes it good, and how you can have fun with this build if bleeds are what you're looking for. So let's start with a little bit of showcase. So we'll go here into the corner because wait, I'm not using maybe we should start using Whirlwind actually to showcase the build. So we go into this corner, you know, we mesh our buttons and we do some damage. You know, we're like what, over 100 million bleeds. There was 200 million and 250 million. You know, all in all, this bleed build varies a lot in damage because it's based around the creeping death aspect. So we do damage based on how many CCs there are on the enemy. That's why we are also applying shared misery, you know, which boosts our damage further or like help us, you know, keep the CCs on our enemies. But as you can see, 200 millions flying here and there, you know, so it's definitely build that can do a lot of damage and you have a lot of fun playing it. So how this build works, of course I will have the full planner in the description down below. I already, you know, made it a few days back, maybe a week back already. There is even like a small written guide or like tips, you know, on the page with the build where you can see how it works, what you should chase after, etc. So you know, if I miss something, you can definitely find it there. This is also very unique slash uber unique heavy build. So as you can see, we got Shaco, Icytroll, and Starless Skies. I would say that these three items, these three Ubers are like a must-have for this build. But Uber Uniques got really buffed. I know there will be people saying that after 50 runs they didn't get anything. It's all luck based. I got all Ubers within, you know, the first like 40 kills. Even several times I was even able to craft a few more to chase after GA. And then I didn't get anything for another 40, right? So it's still luck based, but the drop chance is really high now. So, you know, gather your friends, gather some people in the local chat or whatever. Use your materials, you know, well, because you get tons of them. You get tons of them for finishing the campaign quest, you know. So yeah, use them well, find 3 other people to do rotations. Don't try to kill it just yourself, you know, alone, because then you will waste a lot of loot. So yeah, this was like I had to say that because I know that people will see the Ubers and not be really happy about it. But yeah, I really recommend you to grind them. So we have these 3. Of course, we need a CDR on Harlequin Crest. Unfortunately, no matter what I do, I cannot hit it 3 times. But yeah, the cooldown reduction, most important part. Then Icytroll's Might. Here you want to get, you know, twice maximum resistances to all elements, because the maximum we can get is 85. If you get GA and then Masterwork Kick, the max resistances, you will not still be able to go over 85, right? So if you have no GA like myself, or no useful GA like myself, because 117 resistances, what am I gonna do with them? If they at least like let us, you know, use the extra resistances for something, that it would give us a bit of DR or I don't know, a bit of main stat, I don't know, but like this is just a waste. Maybe they're preparing for World Tier 5 with the new expansion, so that's maybe why so many items got so much resistances right now. Anyway, sorry for that. So you want to reach the 85, so either you get the GA, you know, or you Masterwork Kick twice, the rest damage reduction. Then Fists of Fate. I have a really good Fists of Fate. Okay, I had super high roll on Crooked Strike chance. I have 3 GA, that's absolutely insane. My unique effect is super garbage though, okay? But me and a friend tested it for about 30 minutes, you know, completely naked, just trying whether 200 versus 300 Fists of Fate have any effect on Berserk Ripping, and they don't, which makes a lot of sense, you know, because Ramaladni doesn't, You know, Edge Masters doesn't, because Berserk Ripping is not considered a skill. So yeah, this does not boost Berserk Ripping. You know, as I said, 2 people, 30 minutes, just bare naked, just attacking, the damage exactly the same between 200 and 300. So what's important here, super important, is the crit strike chance to reach 100 crit strike chance for gushing wounds, lucky hit chance, and the lucky hit proc, so that you can have as many crowd control effects on the enemy as possible, and so that you can stagger the boss as fast as possible. So you can actually save some money, or, you know, save some trouble, because a lot of people, if it's like, you know, the low roll, even if it has like 2 GAs, they sell it for like nothing. It's like, I don't know, 200 million or something, or even salvage it because they consider it useless, but it is not. Area's Bearing. Here, you either want to have GA on the cooldown reduction and then masterwork it once, and then of course you would preferably have GA on the ultimate damage and masterwork that twice to get as much damage from this as humanly possible. What's super important here is to have the actual, you know, Earthquake, Dust Devil, etc. have a lot of damage, because it also turns into Berserk Ripping damage, right? So that's really important. For our boots, as I said, normal boots, I have Shared Misery. Here, instead of the Fury per second, you can also go for Strength, or maybe it's even preferable, because without Ramaladni we don't really have any Fury issues. So yeah, either Fury per second there, or Strength, because we are also playing percentage Strength on our amulet, right? So that goes together really nicely. We want crowd control duration, because yeah, we want the duration of the crowd control to be longer. It also staggers the bosses faster, so that's really important there. Here I have twice Dust Devil to cast twice, which isn't good, because I already have it on one of my two-handers, so I'm overcapping, so I'm wasting stats there. But this is also my non-bleed version, where I need to hit it 3 times, so I just left it the way it is. Dust Devil aspect needs to be here, because yeah, like this is the biggest source of our damage. The Whirlwind Dust Devils are the biggest source of damage that we have, right? So it needs to be on the two-hander. You know, then Fierce Winds to get the Dust Devil size to 100% and get the multiplier. Pressure point here for the vulnerable. Here, Devilish. You know, Polearm, definitely Polearm, right? We always play Polearms if we aren't playing Grandfather, pretty much, unless we are dual wielding with Ramaladni and we want something else there. But if we're dual wielding, we're also usually playing Grandfather. So Polearm here. You need to triple Masterworks damage while berserking. I mean, there are other ways you can play with it. If you don't manage to get that, then you will have to, you know, move some points around, get some berserking on other items. But this is the safest 300% for the Blood Rage Road. So just masterwork it 3 times, and of course we play Berserk Ripping here. On our other ring, the classics, Warcry cooldown reduction, we really want that everywhere. We need 100% uptime. If I had a bit better rolls and the triple masterwork, it would help me with the uptime so much. I mean, it is already basically like done, right? Like I have 1.9 Bolt Chieftain, I still can't get the 2 seconds Bolt Chieftain, but whatever. But it's not even 11 seconds on my Warcry, Bolt Chieftain 6 seconds down, you know, so that's 5 seconds, okay? And the Berserking is 4 seconds, but we also have Berserking duration, 23%. So this is 5 seconds berserking, right? So we don't need relentless berserking, we just don't. The Shared Misery, now that I'm talking about aspects on the boots, the Shared Misery, you can also change for Wild Bolt aspect. It helps with stacking enemies in one place, which also helps with Fists of Fate and the CC, because the Tyrell's bolts or Dust Devils have 0% lucky hit. The lucky hit we do is from an actual Whirlwind, okay? So having enemies stacked together will help us, you know, do more CC to them. So that's also an option. You can just play Relentless Berserker if you don't want to think about it, because against bosses we do need it. We do need it unless you have GA, CDR on Shaco, triple Masterwork, and really high on Warcry, then you need it. If you do have GA, CDR on Shaco, and you triple Masterworking, and you have high Warcry cooldown reduction tempers, then you don't need Relentless. Even against the bosses, you will have 100% uptime. Okay, so like these are the options there. So Bolt Chieftain, as I already said here. Of course, you want to triple masterwork on the crit strike chance, not on the crit strike damage. And if you masterwork on the crit strike damage, at least make it a tempered one, right? Not the useless one. Then Ring of Starless Skies, super important to reach 100% crit strike chance. Here again, you want to triple masterwork on the crit strike chance. I was super lucky, got it with GA yesterday, so that helps me a lot. And if I manage to triple masterwork it instead of core skills, because that's a completely useless stat, it doesn't increase our damage in any way. Even lucky hit would be nice there if I got, right? But if I manage to triple masterwork that crit strike chance, absolute insanity, absolute insanity. Then for our amulet, we are playing strength, crit strike chance, and cut to the bone. Counter offensive, also good if you don't have cut to the bone there, or cut to the bone and counter offensive. Those are all good combinations, but strength is right now the best. And the creeping death aspect here, as you can see, 30% X for each different crowd control on the enemy. We have the slow from our Call of the Ancients, we have the stun from our Call of the Ancients, we have the slow from Harmstring, and then we have all the CC that Fists of Fate give us. So this is a guaranteed, pretty much guaranteed 60% X at all times, thanks to our, you know, Call of the Ancients, which have 0 cooldown, or like 100% uptime. And it also gives us 60% X against unstoppable enemies. So we have 60% X or higher, then the enemies become unstoppable, but still are taking 60% more damage from our damage over time effects, and staggered bosses also get some serious heat from this. Then for our expertise, of course, two-handed axe expertise, always it's just the best one to get damage. Our Whirlwind is set for polearm to be the weapon of choice. Skill tree, so just 2 points anywhere to get here, taking the Whirlwind, you know, pressure point, 1 point to get further into the skill tree. Unfortunately, I didn't get 3 pressure points on my weapon, so I have a bit lower chance to proc vulnerable on enemies, which is a shame. But what can you do? I mean, you can remove this if you want to. I mean, you would have to do it like this, right? Because then you cannot continue further to get a bit more chance for the vulnerable. But for now, I feel pretty fine like this. Getting all the defensive, Rallying Cry, 45 from Rallying Cry, you know, Iron Skin for some extra healing, Challenging Shout, Warcry, we are maxing out on Warcry. As you can see, I have 16 ranks Warcry, absolute insanity, insane damage buff. I'm also taking 10% axe when there are at least 6 enemies, so that helps me with the overall DPS in the run as well. Of course, our shouts to be as long as possible, some extra healing, some extra DR, another DR, all the damage we can get here to get to the cut to the bone, counter offensive, you know, taking all the multipliers to damage all the defensives that we can get, and then of course Call of the Ancients, ending the tree with a gushing wounds. This is a really sad day for all the bleed builds. Like, if they nerfed this to increase the bleed amount by 70% X of our crit strike damage bonus, then it would be just you know, like they halved all the passives for Barbarian, right? So it would be 50% nerf, but this is actually way more, because we were getting 100% X of our crit strike damage, you know, as a multiplier. So we were getting like, I don't know, 3,000. 3,000, right? But right now, we are getting just 70. Just 70, not 70 of our crit strike damage. We are getting just 70. And then our crit strike damage turns into additive. So the nerf is absolutely massive. But as you can see, we still made it work. Paragon Board, not much has changed. It's almost identical to my old board, but we no longer apply the Warbringer node, where we used to have our executioner glyph, because we don't need the resistances, right? So we path there a little bit different. And yeah, let's get right into it. So the starter board is Exploit. I'm actually maxing out on it because I want the 351 vulnerable to have precise 45% X for hemorrhage. Going up, Decimator, you know, playing Marshall, boosting all the nodes around for some DR, for some damage, getting the extra life, getting the legendary node itself, you know, extra life again, going to the right, using Blood Rage node, because the Blood Rage node is absolutely awesome for the Twister glyph. As you can see, 70 strength, absolutely maxing out on the dust devil damage. The Twister glyph also got fixed, so it's absolutely gigabonkers. Absolutely gigabonkers. Taking the Blood Rage, of course, turning our Berserk damage into multiplier, 30%, some extra life as well. Going up, taking Carnage, where we put Might, because we are playing two-hander, right? So we want that extra damage. Boosting the DR here, boosting the damage while berserking nodes here, you know. Not actually taking these because they are waste of points in this build. It's just not worth it. Okay, so so yeah, we go like this, and as I told you and as I showed you, we triple masterwork berserking on our weapon, and that's it. We're there. Okay, then we are going to the right, taking the Bonebreaker. Classic, you know, Rev taking all the HP here, and then we are going down and playing playing the hemorrhage board with the executioner glyph. I actually did some changes to my build. I got new amulet which doesn't have max out vulnerable, so I lost some vulnerable there. So I need to play with it a bit if I want to reach that 1% X there, but you know, I don't really mind. And this is really a good board. If you've seen videos from my you know, from the previous season, then you know that this is my favorite board. I play it in pretty much every bleed build. I really don't understand people just going for the legendary node because most of the time this is super good strength board. You can get there easily. So, you know, pathing from some other board to come here, you know, and I don't know, using like 7 points here, is like absolutely wasted. And so you do like 20 points and you don't even get to the glyph, while here you use like 30 and you get the glyph. So I'm really glad, because I know that there are already some builds flying around taking my advice from last season to use this damn board because it's so damn good. So I'm glad to hear that. They also buffed the executioner glyph, so it's now 15% X. I don't even have it maxed out. I think I have it like level 15 or something. Level 15, might level 15. Yeah. I'm that lazy. I'm that lazy. I don't even have my glyphs leveled up. The same is for my Ramaladni. I don't have my glyphs leveled up. I should really do that. Anyway, this is it for the build. I hope you enjoyed the video guide. I hope you enjoyed the gameplay in T8 Hordes, which is simply the best endgame content we have right now for farming materials, for farming gear. It's a lot of fun in my opinion as well. So yeah. Thanks for watching. As always, any likes, subscribes or comments are much appreciated and will help my channel grow and will help me, you know, be able to even make videos for you to, you know, make the guides and builds, etc. So once again, thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Ciao.